everybody, it's Amy here, and I am a mindset coach, and I really enjoy talking about thinking and ways that you can reach your full potential. And today I want to talk about something that is literally foundational to achieving anything, getting started. We've all heard of the phrase, just do it. And so if you were looking for a sign to complete a task, to start moving towards a goal, or to start planning out your roadmap towards some kind of achievement, this is your sign. We are going to talk about what stops us from taking that first step and why it's so vital to do it, and how to actually just get started. To get us thinking, I want to start off with an activity. So first of all, I want you to think about a previous goal that you wanted to reach, but you didn't. So bring that to mind. And then I want you to think about why you didn't reach that goal. Were you afraid? Did you think it was going to take too much time? What reason can you give yourself for you giving up on that goal or not even starting? And then as the third step, I want you to imagine that a friend of yours, whoever it is, came to you and they gave you the same excuse for giving up or not starting that goal. Maybe they say, just like you said, they're afraid that they aren't going to succeed. They are worried that they don't have what it takes. And I want you to put yourself in that third person perspective and imagine, what would you say to this friend of yours if they gave you the very excuse that you had? More often than not, when it comes to us and our own goals, we don't lean into that empowering, motivating side of ourselves. We lean into the unsupportive, disempowering side of ourselves. And that voice might give us a whole host of reasons as to why we shouldn't even get started on goals that we want to achieve. And some of those reasons sound like this. The first one is, it's not the right time. I need to wait until I have more money, more free time, more confidence, more anything. We think that it's not a good time. We have too much on the go. And the truth is, it will never be the right time. The perfect time doesn't exist. There will likely never be a point where you will say, aha, this is it. I have the perfect amount of time, money, and confidence to get going on this goal. Unfortunately, it's not there. It's probably never going to happen. The right time is right now, and from there you tend to build momentum. The second reason we tend to come up with is, I don't feel ready or prepared. And this is if you tend to get stuck in the planning phase. You do a lot of researching, you do a lot of planning, but you get stuck in that and you feel like you can't take the first step because what if you don't get it right? You overthink that first step so much. But in reality, the first step doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to happen. And you don't want to get stuck in planning because it feels productive, but in actual fact, you aren't moving forward. And then the third, probably very strong reason for people not wanting to start on a goal is that it feels overwhelming. It feels like a mountain in front of you and you just simply don't know how to tackle it. But take it one step at a time. You don't need to have all the answers. You don't need to know every single step in front of you. But the minute you do start making one step forward, the next step reveals itself. And so consistency starts to appear to be the thing that's going to get you there, rather than knowing exactly what to do in one step. Whilst you are busy sitting, staring at the mountain and being overwhelmed by it, you could be taking consistent action and making progress. So rather do that. I want to give you 3 quick tips that you can use to just get started on that goal that you want to achieve or that task you know you should be doing. And then I'll give you one final step to take forward, and hopefully by the end of this session, you will feel committed towards taking that first step. So here are the 3 tips. The first one is to speak your goal aloud. Speak it to existence. The minute we talk to somebody about something we want to achieve or something that we want to do, it creates a sense of accountability. Suddenly it's not something that just lives in your mind, but it's out there. It's tangible. It exists. So think of somebody you would like to talk to and tell them about the thing that you want to achieve or the thing that you want to do. And even better, if you can work out some agreement with them that they check in on you periodically, that is going to help you so much to make consistent progress. Number 2 is to test it on a smaller scale. So this obviously depends on whatever goal you are trying to reach. But for example, I wanted to leave my full-time job to be able to do coaching. It was very overwhelming to think that I would have to quit my job one day and then be a full-time coach the next day. So instead, what I did was I coached one person outside of working hours from like 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the evening. And I built up a client base in this way. And you can apply this in different ways. If you're wanting to start your own business, start small. Offer your service or sell your product to one person. See how it goes. If you are wanting to get healthier, try having a healthy cooking night one night a week. How can you start small, but it be possible to scale up? Then my third tip is to reach out to somebody who has done it before. This is probably my favorite. For me, especially when I was leaving my full-time job to do coaching, it was so helpful to talk to people who either owned their own businesses or did coaching full-time. It was so nice to see that, you know what, this is possible. This is out there. People are doing this every day, and it started to become something I could wrap my head around. And you can do this too. So think of somebody that you know that has already achieved something you want to achieve and see if you can chat to them. I was always pleasantly surprised by how much people were willing to actually share of their time with me and give me advice. But if that's not accessible to you, then research people and listen to podcasts, listen to interviews. I'm pretty sure for a while I listened to a podcast every single morning about somebody who had started their own business, and it just helps because, as I said, you start to realize that this is many people's reality, so it can be yours. What can you learn from them? Then my final message and real action point to you is to think about, right after watching this video, what can you do in the next 10 minutes to get you a little bit closer to that goal that you want to achieve? Whether or not it's researching something, reaching out to somebody, asking somebody if you can test out a product or service on them, just 10 minutes, not tomorrow, not next week, not next month, right now, in the next 10 minutes, what is something that you can do, and go and do that? Because confidence is not going to just appear. Confidence comes from action. Once you start doing something, you will feel more confident in the fact that you've done that. You'll feel more accomplished, and you will create momentum from there. Don't wait for confidence. It's never going to come. Act your way into feeling confident. Every step you take reinforces the belief that you can do this, that you can make things happen. So prove it to yourself right after watching this video. You can even leave a comment down below. Let me know what action you are committing to doing in the next 10 minutes so that maybe I and the audience can be that accountability partner for you. I say this a lot, and I'll say it again. The only thing that stands between you and anything you want to achieve is you. And there are so many obstacles out there in life. Don't be your own obstacle. So what is one thing you can do that's going to get you closer to a desired future reality? And go and do that. Commit to it, and you'll see the power of momentum. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really hope that it inspired you to get going on something that you want to achieve. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Click on another video if you enjoyed this one. Share it with anybody who you think might benefit. I really appreciate your time, and I'll see you soon.